all glorious. Glorious. And then he gave us the power of attorney to use his name. Look at St. John's Gospel, chapter 14, verse 13. And whatsoever you shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. That is amazing. Look at the next verse. If you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. Not even the greatest or biggest monarch of any part of the world can say that. Nobody can say this. You have to have all the power to be able to say this. If you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. How he loves us and how he wants to help us. See how big this thing is? You shall ask anything in my name. A man went to Jesus. He was the ruler of one of the synagogues. His daughter was sick. And he went looking for Jesus. When he found him, he said, Master, my daughter is dying. Please come and help. Come and touch her and heal her. Jesus said, I'll go with you. And while they were on their way, Jesus was interrupted by someone else who had a need. And while he was there, they brought a message from the man's house. And they said, no need to call the master to come. Your daughter is already dead. You know what Jesus said? The Bible says that Jesus heard when they told the man, they gave the man that message. And he spoke to the man. He said, don't be afraid. Only believe. That's all he asked him for. He said, don't be afraid. Only believe. Only believe. Only believe. That's all he's asking for. He's never asked for anything more. Just your faith. And how can you believe? It's very simple. It's very simple. You believe with your heart. Your mind can be playing around and arguing, but you believe with your heart. You believe with your heart. Oh, we demonstrate faith all the time. All the time. The many of you who got into a commercial plane to fly, even those of you who fly private, sometime in your life, you may have flown commercial. When you got on the plane, you never asked to see the qualification papers of the pilot. You didn't ask. You just entered the plane and sat down. You didn't ask them, are you sure we're going to London or wherever you were going? You didn't say, are you sure that's where we're going? No, you sat down. You didn't ask anybody. If I'd asked you, where are you going? You would say, you would mention where you're going. When the plane took off, did you confirm with anyone that the place you were going was, did you notice? I thought they said we were going to Frankfurt. They said. How do you know the pilot is qualified? You never asked. You had faith in the system. That was faith. That was your faith working. That was your faith. How was your faith at work? You believed. You got a job in a certain company. They said they were going to pay you at the end of the month. Did you find out whether they had sufficient funds to pay you? You didn't ask. You just believed that they were big enough to pay you. But we know, even in these two things that I've given examples of, people believed and they failed. The plane was hijacked by somebody else, not the right pilots, and they went somewhere else. Somebody got a job in the big company, and the next week the company failed and folded up. We exercise faith all the time. You get in the taxi and they say they're taking you to where you said you were going. You didn't ask, do you really know how to drive? Can I see your driving license? You didn't ask. Because you had faith in the system. And they probably took you to where you were going. But there have been people who were not taken to where they were going. They were taken somewhere else. So we demonstrate faith all the time. If you would just put a little of that faith in Jesus Christ, everything will be all right. Everything will be all right.